Alex Riley is here, Republican from Springfield, who just happens to be the majority House floor leader. That's really fun to say, Alex. Thanks for making me do that. How you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me, and that is a bit of a mouthful. So, but you nailed it. Good job.
Thank you. I nail everything. That sounded
That's right.
terrible. I meant not people, but words.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm kind of a comedian, so just roll with it, okay, Alex?
I'm good with it. I'll roll with it.
It's your first time on the show, but you may have heard I'm a little unconventional. All right, so amendment.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you. I love it too. So you're talking about Amendment 4. Can you tell me what that's all about?
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for having me on to talk about this. So this is going to be one of the most important things that our voters around the state are going to see on their ballot here at the beginning of August in just a few short weeks. So the reason this is so important across the state is right now the liberals have been completely buying our state constitution. And by that I mean every election cycle they spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to enshrine a lot of their really horrible liberal ideas in our constitution. They go around the voters of the state's elected representatives in Jefferson City, who by and large are strong conservatives who are fighting a lot of this nonsense that the Democrats are trying to do in Jeff City every day. So they go around us and they put their ideas on the ballot, and then they spend millions and millions of dollars every election cycle, and these are primarily funded by out-of-state, again, liberal millionaires and billionaires from Washington, D.C., New York City, California, and places like that to get our Constitution completely cluttered up with their nonsense. And just a few examples of this, right now, as unfortunately our listeners probably know, we have some of the most aggressive abortion laws in the country where you can kill a baby up to the point of birth here in Missouri in our state constitution. We have these horrible Medicaid expansion provisions in our Constitution. And the list just goes on. And that's been done through this initiative petition process that's being completely abused by the left right now, where they'll bus in people from out of state, frequently, on your side of the state, they'll bus them in from Illinois to come in and collect signatures and try and get their terrible ideas on the ballot, and then they'll put millions of dollars into the campaign to convince folks to vote for it.
Well, and
we are trying.
The funny thing is here, the Democrats are labeling this as terrible because they say, we voted on it and you're trying to change our vote because you don't like how we voted. But what they did was saw the word abortion, voted for it, and didn't look at anything else it said. So some amending to it needs to be done because we can't infanticide babies.
Amen to that. So here's how this works is what we believe, and I think what a vast majority of conservatives and your audience believes, is probably that our Constitution should not be easily changed. It's right now, every year we'll have a couple of amendments get added to the Constitution of Missouri. It's now over 200 pages long. It's literally a book that's just massive. And compare that to the U.S. Constitution, which you can read through in just a couple hours. It's short. It's only been amended a handful of times over our nation's history. And we believe that the Constitution of Missouri is a sacred document that should provide the general rules for the road of how the state should be governed, but it shouldn't be filled with these crazy, hyper-partisan ideas. So what we want to do, and what Amendment 4 does, if approved by the voters, is it ensures that if you're going to change the Constitution, you have to have broad support from across the state. No longer will we just allow Kansas City and St. Louis and Columbia and sometimes even my hometown of Springfield to dictate to the rest of the state what our Constitution should look like. So it says if you're going to change the Constitution, you have to have majority approval in each congressional district. So we have 8 congressional districts in Missouri. You have to have 50% plus one of the voters that show up on a given election supporting a thing vote yes on that thing for it to go into the Constitution. I think it's a pretty common sense way to say, hey, we still want this process to exist that allows the Constitution to be changed, but it needs to have broad-based support for this initiative petition process to change our state constitution.
And you know what? We need to keep foreigners out of what we do here in the state. But when the state has spoken, then that will be enough. But foreign adversaries should not be allowed. And that's what Amendment 4 is all about. So vote no on 4.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Vote yes on 4.
I'm sorry. Vote yes on 4. See?
That's right.
I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue. I'm sorry. But, Alex, we're out of time.
No, that's okay.
So, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. See you later.